better option for right now. Speaking of which, how about you? Everything's been going okay with you, Devotional? Devotional, friendships, forget that. You're looking for a buddy. I mean, yeah, but, you know, also friendships are nice. Nothing wrong with that. Can I open it from this door? I can't. Okay. I get sent to the dungeon for smuggling, but old habits die hard. I said I've got some choice goods for sale, patron. Should I buy? Oh wow, you got like some really good stuff. Chicken wings! Tasty soda. Mango smoothie. Okay, that's actually really good. Life jam. Oh, I always need more life jam. JK, I know. But I am looking for maybe someone, and maybe my first relationship. I'd be very excited for it. But the Lord's will, not mine. And I don't want to pursue too fast or too far. I just want to take it one step at a time. And getting out itself is actually really nice. Because you get to meet more people and new experiences that you never got to do before. Stop with all the tofu. I didn't need to buy all that tofu. It's not good in here. Devotional, what's your food weakness? Something you can eat tons of. Man, I wish I could eat like, I mean, I guess I don't, but I wish I could eat like cookies or donuts, because I really do like them, but after a few, my stomach gets so like, I really love the taste of like chocolate chip cookies, the creamy new ones, and Krispy Kreme donuts, like the new stuff, like the warm, rich flavor is really good, but I can only eat a few, and then I can't, like my stomach's like, probably because of that whole cake debacle when I was really young. I can eat a lot of pasta, actually. I'm pretty good with pasta, but that's probably the most I could eat, like the most food. But even then, after a big bowl, I'm like, I can't. I actually have a really small stomach, which I learned as I ate. How about you, Devotional? What food do you like to eat a super lot of? Cookies! Ah, yeah, cookies are so good, man. Oh, no! Oh, I'm so sorry! Oh! Moment of silence. He almost made it out. Now he's free in that great garden in the sky. What's this button do? Okay. Stop with the tofu. Hold on. I didn't get to go the other way yet. What's the other way, though? What's up here? I've been stuck down here for so long, I feel like I can barely move a muscle. Eh? What's that face for? It's not alive. It's a letter. So long, sucker! Did he come in? He came in! No! Oh, he could chase me inside the room! That's cheating! You can't go inside rooms? What is this nonsense? I got nachos. Heck yeah, alright, you know what? That was worth it. didn't need to buy all that tofu, everyone. I'm sorry I wasted your time. I'm sorry I wasted your time. Aw, that's so cute. The eye. Cool. Oh, we still didn't get the G. Beneath a trap door. Ooh, I'll need to find that. I must have missed it. Alright, I'll go find it. That's fine. I'll go find it. Do it later. Get out of my way! No. Nope. 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 Gosh. You're mad. I'm mad. Get out of the way. I guess it's free experience. Oh, God. Alright, bye, dude. So long. Okay. We need to go back over here. This way, this way. This way. I didn't mean to go through that. Wait, actually. Okay, shortcut activated. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay, yeah, this has been a good amount of money. It's not too bad.
Look there! We're finally at the exit!
Woohoo! Freedom at last! Let's get out of here. I never want to see another sprout mulligan in my life. How about you lead us out, hero? Triumphant exit! Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Oh, my eyes! It's so gaudy! Oh! Oh! Wait, that's just my contacts drying out. Halt! Prisoners! Did you really think you could escape that easily? It's back to the dungeon for you!
Darn, we were so close to...
Uh-oh, what do we do now? Beat them up, they're sprout moles. Think, hero, think! Come on, how do you get out of this? Oh, I got it! On the contrary, Sir Knight, I think you have mistaken us for someone else. Yes, Don't be so quick to judge. We are sprout moles, indubitably.
Oh, indeed. Yes, quite. I am also a lover of tofu and sweetheart. Delicious sweetheart. I mean tofu.
Oh, God. Switch them. Switch them. Don't say that. Egad, my eyes must have deceived me. I apologize, but it's rather hard to see through this helmet. Very well, carry on. I will resume my patrol. We will lots ought to return to the stations as well, unless our dear sweetheart notices. How's that for some quick thinking?
That was smooth, hero. With these sprout mole masks, we'll be able to make it out of here in a cinch.
We really have to keep wearing these, hero. My eyes are getting kinda itchy. Well, yes, Cal. We should keep them on until we get out of here. Come on, let's move. Wait a minute. But weren't there sprout moles captured in there, so they just think we were one of those escaping? No, whatever. Alright, we shouldn't draw attention to ourselves. Everyone be on your best behavior. Aubrey, gosh dang it! Aubrey, stop. Aubrey, I know it's gaudy, but you can't. Don't just destroy. We're trying to keep a low profile here. Aubrey! Just goes and, like, breaks everything in the castle. Ugh. What? First party rolls initiative. It's a 14. It's anybody's game. Oh, no more rolling initiative. Never. Never ever. No more of that. Why are we fighting them? I thought we were all friends. It feels happy. Ow! Wow! Well, jeez Louise. Alright, heal Omori. Now smack him. Oh, you're not getting out of here, buddy. Cool. Alright, good levels. I'm surprised. Well, that was a lot of experience, actually. Oh god, it's awful. Oh, it's awful. Ah, the Royal Chambers. Ah, Royal Gallery. Ah, the Royal Library. Huh? Look at that little sprite roll things move around. That's so cute. No.
Pew?
Actually, I haven't fought one of you yet. I'm curious. Oh god. These parties have the upper hand. Oh, stop with the freaking nat 20 bullcrap. Freaking nat 20, freaking my butt, freaking stupid RNG bullcrap deciding things, random being freaking dumb, freaking stupid. Get out of here. You suck. Get him, kill. Get him, get him. Come on, he's a mage, he has like no HP. There we go. Kill the ranger, your class sucks! I didn't mean to do that. So much tofu, I didn't need to buy any. So much tofu. What have I done? Royal kitchen, service quarters, royal ballroom. Oh, my dear sous chefs, I'm afraid my back just can't take anymore. It is at this unfortunate time I must announce my retirement.
But wait, chef! Without you, who would lead us in our task of making a most magnificent cake for the main event?
Sous chefs, it is now time for one of you to step up to the limelight. A cake must be baked today. Our very lives are on the line.
Oh yes, I hear you, chef. As the most capable one of us, I will volunteer to take charge of the task. I won't fail you, I promise. Hey, you there! You are 4 sous chefs now. You're 4 sous chefs now. Meet me in the kitchen, pronto.
Oh, jeez. What if we just, like, went this way, though? What is this? I Spout Mole gazes wistfully at Sweetheart's portrait. Not bad for Spout Moles. It smells like dirty laundry. Ugh. Break more stuff. Soudain, Madame Chambre, oh, Netflix. I can't. I'm sorry for anyone who speaks French. I'm so sorry. I took like 2 years of it in high school.
Oh, Francois, I can't understand what you're saying, but you're so dreamy.
Bad for Spout Moles. I bet he's saying, "Get away from me, you crazy woman!" And clams. Bad for Spout Moles. Smells like dirty laundry.
There's sure a lot of Spout Moles here.
I sure love Sweetheart.
Tired. I tried offering some food earlier, but she called me a peon and threw me back at me. Spout Moles are peculiar creatures, aren't they?
Oh yes, a bowl of sweet strawberries. Ow. Alright, we're almost done, but we'll go a little bit longer. So good job for Aubrey. And we smash it. Give it to me. 24-hour stream? No, Devotional. I'm very flattered you would watch, because you are very sweet. No, I have work tomorrow. Maybe for the Kingdom Hearts 2 Kingdom Hearts Chronicles. Oh my gosh, Traveling PKH, look at that. Maybe for the Kingdom Hearts Chronicles for Kingdom Hearts 2, maybe we'll do a 24-hour. I don't know. I kind of wanted to do it for like the last one, but I just didn't. It's really hard. It's hard to go for that long. Make it money, 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 money.
Hey, get you trying to meditate here. You're much so rude.
You think you can handle it? I'm not sure, Devotional. I don't know if I could. Even doing the 9 hours for Kingdom Hearts 1 and 10 hours I did was a lot. You got the bow tie. Ooh. What's a bow tie do? Where's the bow tie? Oh shoot, I found it. No, it's worse than everything I have.
Don't kid yourself, cretin. I'm going to be the one to marry Sweetheart. You sprout delusions, twin brother. It is I who is going to marry Sweetheart. Oh, please, this will be no contest. When it comes to the two of us, I am by far the most dashing. Don't be foolish, brother. We're exactly the same. I just know the Sweetheart is going to fall for my personality. Nonsense, brother. When the time is right, she'll fall over head heels for my fashionable new mustache. A fashionable mustache, you say? What mustache? All I see are a pair of nose hairs. Dear brother, you're really getting on my last stem. But I know how to settle this. Fellow Sproutballs! Which one of us do you think is better for the Sweetheart? Sprout Bowl? Other Sprout Bowl? RNG's always been kind to me, why not? As expected, I'm going to marry Sweetheart tonight. The Spirit is going to marry me right now. I don't believe this nonsense. Oh, woe is me. I mourn for my lost brother. With his looks, I already know he'll be off to the dungeon with him. Just like our late third brother. Youch. These Sprout Balls are dropping like flies. What's up, Linda? Have you seen around? Haven't seen you around in forever. How's your old man? I miss that guy. Yeah. Sweetheart is so cool. I wish I could work here forever. Sweetheart's so scary. I wish I could go home. Strawberry cake smells like garbage. You want a bite? Sure. So did the cake from Portal just like, you know, transmorph into this dimension, into this part of the streams? Like, is that what's happening here? Is this a sick joke, Gladys? What the hell are jam? What the heck is jam packets? Thank you, Gladys! All hail the robot overlords! Oh my gosh, that was the best thing ever. The greatest cake. Oh my gosh, it revives the whole party. Oh my gosh, yes. Dang it, how did I end up in this mess? The scary-looking sprout named Marcia suddenly pulled me from my home and said I was going to replace some faulty faculty staff here. Apparently the last guy got thrown in the dungeon for treason. Turnover rate here must be horrible. Yeah, I don't think the benefits are worth it. Dear diary, today Gee, what did I do today?
That ain't good. We got the jam packets. Oh my gosh, revive the whole party. What took you so long? Keep up on it, will you? I can't leave this room until I bake the best cake in existence. Are you ready to start baking? Just follow my instructions, you'll be fine. I remember the head chef's recipe by heart. Sure. Hey, don't be nervous. This means I know what I'm doing. First, we must preheat the oven to 75 degrees. Omori. Oh, no, Hero. You're the cook. temperature do you want to preheat the oven? 75 degrees.
Excellent work. Next thing to do is to mix 2 main ingredients in a bowl. Flowers and ping pong balls.
Yeah. Pine berries. Oh, a coconut.
Kill, use juice me.
Heck yeah. Oh, I can't put it on right now. Where's the ping pong balls? No. No. No.
I've been spotted. Please don't tell anyone I'm here. I just like digging in the pine tree. I mean, who doesn't?
Okay. Need more ingredients. Where's the ping pong balls? Garnet soil. Excellent work. Next thing you do is make 2 main ingredients. Flowers and ping pong balls. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. Flowers. Oh, jeez. Where are flowers? Are they outside?
Hey, no stealing.
I'm not trying to. You don't have the ingredients you need there, dunce. Oh. Is he saying what it should be, but he's getting them mixed up? Flour and ping pong balls. Oh, okay. Ping pong balls sounds like pine berries. Ping pong balls. What would that be? Oh, eggs. Right. I see. So he doesn't understand what they are.
Excellent work.
Next thing is to make 2 main ingredients in a bowl. Flowers and ping pong balls. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's flour and eggs because it's flowers, which is flour, and ping pong balls, which is eggs.
You're doing great.
Next comes the salt and cheese. Yeah, beat those together until it's soup. Okay, so the cheese is probably butter, I'm guessing. What's the salt? I mean, I'll throw salt in there. I love salt, but what is it supposed to be? Sugar, because it would look like salt. This is a really weird puzzle. Ah, the little sounds. This reminds me of the cooking part in Paper Mario, where you had to cook the thing with Peach for the exact time, and it sucked. God, I hate that part.
Now we're cooking. Least but not least, grab the sauce and cut it into pieces.
The sauce. Sauce. No. Sauce. Strawberries? Because they make a juice that looks red like sauce, I guess? That's the only thing in these ingredients that, like, even remotely fits. So we're gonna go with strawberries. Yeah, this looks like a cake.
Magnificent! Now mix them all together and stick it in the microwave.
It's easy. So stick them all in the oven. So microwave is oven. Put the cake batter in the oven. Do I have to count the seconds? Don't do this. Oh, thank you. You made the cake. What the heck did you put in here?
Ah, done. Beautiful work, I must say. Let's have a taste.
Hey, look, hey, that was made with real ingredients. That was real ingredients. Good brains. That guy was such a jag. Are you ready to actually bake this cake? No, I'm good. What are you doing? Come back here and bake this cake. Oh my gosh, fine.
Yes. So the first thing to do is preheat the oven 350 degrees. Oh, God. So now we some flour and eggs. Okay, yeah, flour and eggs. So are they like getting it right little bit by little bit? And like only like one of them actually knows it? Next time, sugar and butter. Until it's nice and fluffy. Yes, okay, so the ingredients are right. Can I change the oven thing? Okay, well, if this fails, then we're going ahead and... I get what they're going for here. If this fails, we'll try to figure out the last part ourselves. And then finally, the topping just gotta be strawberries. Yeah, okay, so everything was right, but the temperature wasn't, and this temperature won't be right either, probably. He gets it wrong, and the last guy knows what the temperature is. Oh man, I could have gotten it right. Got it. Alright, let's see how bad this monstrosity comes out. Probably gonna be burning. Okay, wow, looks pretty good. That's how you make a cake. Yum, that'll do it. Finally, a cake our late head chef will be proud of. May his memory live on forever. You may go now, servants. Be free. That's it? Oh. Oh, frying pan. Oh, also, he got a new item, too. Coconuts. Where did you get those coconuts? Coconuts are from the tropics. Snacks will restore more heart. Yeah! Heck yeah! That's my boy right there. What is juice mean? Heals a lot of juice to a friend, but also hurts the friend. Ow! I think I'm good. Thank you, though. Jeez. Is that really a good one? It's a cake our head should be proud of. Or we live on forever. Okay, well, you know. Yeah, our late head chef memory live on forever. Okay, well, glad he's okay, I guess. We take our job seriously. Sweetheart's royal guard only accepts the best of the best. Back to your stations, newbies. We don't take kindly to slackers. I have studied the art of combat my entire life. If you all work hard, maybe one day you could become a Lucius. Have you seen Mr. Sir Maximus anywhere? The guy owes me some clams. So they're like role-playing their roles. That's cute. That's cute, though. Hi. Stop, imposters! I know what you are, and you are not sprout holes! You must be wondering how I'm able to tell. You see, I am above those feeble and inexperienced heralds and marshals. I am Sir Maximus, and with my impressive lineage, I will be victorious and bring honor to my family. Charge! That's so cool. Alright. I'm gonna treat you as a boss there, buddy. Okay. Flex. Yeah, check this out. All right, now you're happy, Sir Maximus. Moonwrecker. And now, Ricochet. This is overkill. This is so overkill. No, I cannot fail now. My son needs me. So Maximus uses an ultimate attack. What's the dull attack?
but it did hurt a little bit. I won't lie. Mrs. pulls his back. He feels sad. Oh. Cool. Sorry, Sir Maximus. Well, moving right along. He will be missed. Time to go back for the full heal. Okay, I think it's about time to stop. We're right at the save spot. Unfortunately, I think that'll be it for today. Been gone for a good while. Alright, that'll be our Omori dive for today. Alright, so we're in Sweetheart's Castle. Didn't expect this to become a whole thing. I kind of half expected it to. I mean, the tickets seemed like a big deal. But I will say, I thought that it would be like because we were in a spooky place, I thought it would be like a horror-themed boss area. So I was not expecting the stage in like pretty creepy castle. I guess, you know what? I guess Sweetheart's Castle is one of the scariest things we could go against. God's gaudy. Anyway, that was our dive into the streams today. I know we were supposed to do it yesterday. I do apologize. But yesterday I was just a little tired. So we moved it to today, which is okay. I'm Icarus. These are the streams. I'm nearing, I dive into the streams usually 3 times a week, but I'm going to be nearing a hiatus soon. Sadly, I do want to take a break from streaming and just kind of like take some time for myself. So hope you have an interesting private story. I do, Devotional. We'll be doing Devotional in just a moment. But usually I dive into stream 3 times. We'll be doing 2 times from now on, I believe. Either Tuesday or Wednesdays nights. It might move to Wednesdays because that helps to create more time between the 2. But maybe Tuesday or Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Sundays at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we'll also dive in. We'll be going through Omori. That's the final dive we'll be doing. We'll be blasting through this story. And we'll also be doing every other Sunday Final Family Fantasy Fun Time 14, or as I call it, where Epsilon and I, my cousin, go into Final Fantasy 14 together. We're at the very, 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 very end of Stormblood, right before Shadowbringers. So if you want, tune in for that. I'm very excited for it. But yeah, so you can find me on Icarus Redeemed on YouTube, Icarus_Redeemed on Twitter. Sorry, someone took the other one. Or just on Twitch, of course. I'll try to upload all the VODs to Icarus Redeemed on YouTube, so you can go see them there if you want to. And yeah, you're always free to stop by if you'd like. I'm more than happy to have you, and you're always welcome. I know I'll be going on hiatus soon, but the Final Fantasy 14 streams will still be going even through hiatus, so you can always keep a lookout for that if you'd like. And the Kingdom Hearts Chronicles, as I mentioned today, we'll be coming back in. We try to go to Kingdom Hearts all in chronological order. We just finished Chain of Memories. So we'll be going back in for Kingdom Hearts 350 Day over 2 days, and 2 in probably late May. Probably really late May, early June, probably, from what it looks like, if I know my schedule. So look forward to that if you like. If you're going to leave now, may God bless you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope I was able to provide a little bit of a smile and fun for you today. I really like Omori, and I'm really enjoying it. So I hope I was able to provide some fun for everyone too. If you're going to stick around just a little longer, as Devotional pointed out, we'll be going into God's Word. I'm a believer in His Word, and I do like to share a little bit at the end of every stream. So we've been going through Genesis, the first book of the Bible, the beginning of creation and of history. And I wanted to go through a little more today, if we could. So we'll be in Genesis 35 today. Let me go on ahead and bring it up. We've been going through all of Genesis. We've seen the Adam and Eve, the creation of humans, and the fall of humans because of our selfishness, and the Noah and the flood, as well as finally Abraham, the one who was called by God, by his grace, not anything Abraham did, to create a nation, a wonderful, special nation God has ordained that would provide a promise of grace and mercy through its lineage, eventually leading to Christ, Jesus, all the way down the line, the lineage of Abraham and David. So we've gone through Abraham, his son Isaac, and finally Isaac's sons Jacob and Esau. So Jacob was the younger of the two who wasn't supposed to inherit the birthright, but after a little deceitfulness, he deceived both his brother and his father out of the birthright and left home. However, after coming to know the Lord and giving himself to him and fully working under his blessing, he was able to return home, and his brother Esau forgave him in a wonderful show of God's mercy through the hearts of men, which is wonderful. Unfortunately, Jacob's sons kind of are a little bit of a hotheads, and last time we saw a terrible situation where Jacob was staying, whose name now is Israel, we'll see that today as well, where Jacob was staying, one of the princes of the realm kind of did something terrible to his daughter in a not okay way. But even though it wasn't okay, it needed to be handled a specific way, talking to the individual about the situation to try to help it and try to get to the bottom of it for justice to be served. However, his two sons, Reuben and, who was the second one? I don't remember, Ephraim, I believe. Both the oldest and I believe the second oldest went, and they tricked the nation into weakening themselves through circumcision and then killed all the men in the nation, like just a huge slaughter spree. And this was not ordained by the Bible, so that's going to come back to bite them later. But today, we're going to a different part. This is a little bit later on as Jacob is going to be named going to be renamed Israel once again by the Lord to show the start of the nation, is going to have that promise that the Lord gave his father restated to him. So, Genesis 35, 1 through 15. Now God said to Jacob, remember, because he was in a different land, kind of suddenly, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there. Make an altar there to the God who appeared to you when you fled for your brother Esau. So he's like, Jacob, go to Bethel. I need to talk to you in a specific place. So Jacob said to his household, to all who were with him, put away the foreign gods that are among you and purify yourselves and change your garments. Let us arise and go up to Bethel, so I may make there an altar to the God who answers me in the day of my distress, has been with me wherever I have gone. So he basically went to the family and said, okay, I've been called by God, and we got to put all the idols away. He is a selfish God. He is the one and only. He has been with me this whole time. He has been the reason I've been blessed. All that time I was with Laban, Rachel, Leah, with your dad, even after all the crap that happened and family drama, he preserved me. He's the reason Esau forgave me and I was able to return. I'm going to go fully give myself to him. I wrestled with him earlier. I'm finally going to fully give myself to him. All right. So put away everything. Get yourselves ready. We're going on a pilgrimage, basically. So they gave Jacob all the foreign gods they had and the rings that were in their ears. Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree that was near Shechem. So he's like, all right, put that stuff away. And as they journeyed, a terror from God fell upon all the cities that were around them. So they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. And Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, which is the land of Canaan, he and the people who were with him. And there he built an altar and called the place El Bethel, because God had revealed himself to him when he fled from his brother. So he went on a very dangerous journey all the way through foreign lands. I remember his sons just pissed off everyone in the lands because they killed an entire nation. But even with that, God protected him and the remnant of that family that is going to become that great nation, and allowed them to go forward. And Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried in her oak below Bethel. So he called the name Alam-Bachta. So Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, who I think birthed some of his children, died, which is very sad. So he buried him there. He buried her there. Devismo, what are some examples of idols? Well, back in the day, back in the olden times, way back in this time of the Old Testament, individuals, because the knowledge of him had not fully spread throughout the land. Because you got to remember, Noah and his family procreated after the flood, which was after, the wiping of everything. And sure, they passed down the God's name, but we humans have a tendency to believe in things that better ourselves for our own benefits. So in order to fulfill our own desires, and as people split off and form their own nations, that's whenever people started to create their own gods in their own images. And this was basically an idol back in the day was a carven image that was made to look like a believed entity that ruled over some kind of some kind of aspect of nature. Honestly, the Greek gods are great idols. I mean, not great idols, but they're great examples. One is over the sea. You give fish or sacrifices to this one, so you have good, sailing. This one is the goddess of fertility. You give up your first crops, stuff like that. And idols of lesser gods and all that kind of stuff. Well, idols are not just prayers to other gods, though, as we read later in the New Testament as well. I wish I had an example. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good verse for that. Wait, you can see everything. Give me a sec. Move this over to the other side. You can't see that. You can't see that. Hold on. Okay, Colossians 3:5 puts it another way. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you, sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. So the New Testament spreads it further, not just beings that were prayed to instead of God as an idea of something that could exist. Instead, what idolatry really is kind of like the basic concept of sin. Idolatry is turning to something else for fulfillment of the hole in our heart of worship that is supposed to be given to God. Instead, it can be given to something else. Idols can be anything. An individual that you love so much that you place everything above everything else in your life. A dream that one pursues above everything and basically worships it, sacrificing so much else for it. Any kind of sin that becomes clinging to the individual. Idolatry is anything really that's placed above the worship of the Lord as the number one in a person's life. Because we are created to worship God as the one and only. And it's not that having other things to care about in life's bad. No. But it needs to be known where their place is. Because anything that's placed above the Lord is idolatry because it is placed as the number one fulfillment in a person's life. They are idolizing it. They are placing it as the number one thing, which that spot is supposed to be reserved to the Lord. So really, examples of idols can be other gods and stuff, of course. But in today's world, it's more about what things are in our highest priority. So that's why idolatry can be a lot more sinister than what one might believe. Devotional, do idols work? Is it worth trying? No. Let me give you an example. Where is it? This is from Isaiah. I just read this not too long ago. All who make idols are nothing, and the things they treasure are worthless. Those who would speak up for them are blind. They are ignorant to their own shame. Who shapes a god and casts an idol? Who can profit him nothing? He is his kind will put to shame. Craftsmen are nothing but men. So there are a lot of verses in Isaiah, and I've just been studying this myself because I'm going through Isaiah, sorry about that, about idols. There's a whole string of verses that talks about how an idol is made beautifully out of crafted wood and is skilled out of a craftsman's work. And then that same wood that is used to make that image of a god is used to make the latrine down the corner because it's wood, just like what the latrine's made out of. What Isaiah is pointing to is these are pieces of craftsmanship. These are made from a man's hand. Can a man make a god? Can we as a human create something that is above ourselves in perfection and being? Even if we made some amazing things, and humanity's done some pretty cool stuff for sure, we have never made anything that is as amazing, as beautiful, as crazy complicated as we are. And that's just us. Someone as a god is supposed to be way above us. We can't even make something to our level, much less a god. The reason that Isaiah points that out and talks about the worthlessness of it is because it's nothing. Creating something and worshiping it isn't getting anything. It's just a piece of wood. It's just a piece of bark. It's just a stone idol. It's just a carved metal. It's no different than, I don't know, do I have any carved metal here? Than these like plastic, created, what's it called? Cup holders, what are these called? oh my gosh, what are these called? You know, the things that prevent the ring from whenever you put your drink down. Good gosh. Coasters. Oh my gosh. No different from these coasters. An idol that's created by man cannot be greater than man. And the idea is that, well, you're not creating the idol as a god. You're creating an idol to represent a god that's out there. Okay, so there's a god out there that you're creating an idol for, but is praying to the idol going to do anything for that? If a god's really out there, why would he listen to a tiny little idol representation? I mean, you saw how Sweetheart was to her fans. She didn't give a crap. That's why I always laugh and like shake my head and go, oh boy, I'm so glad who you are, God. At the Greek gods, it's like, oh, they're so powerful. They're douchebags. And I know Brombo specifically was like, well, they're supposed to be off of man, so they're supposed to be flawed. I don't want a god like me. I don't want a god that's flawed. No, thank you very much. I don't want that. I want a god who's perfect and knows better than me. Devotional, are there other gods then? No. I am the I am. There is no gods above or before me, says the Lord. He is the one and only. Now there are other beings out there, created angels and other heavenly hosts, and those that are fallen. So there are evil entities out there, but compared to the Lord, not even close. He is the one and only, and he is the Almighty God. That's why he's the one who can dictate reality and lead to the almighty promise and protection that he can grant us through his son, because the judgment granted to us that was supposed to be given to us for our sin was against the almighty number one God, the only God. So there's nothing else, no one else who can free us from that, because it would have to be someone greater than God to annul it. But that's the thing. That's what's so wonderful about the gospel and about Jesus coming for us, is that someone as powerful, as amazing as God did come to annul it himself. He's like, I cannot swear by any other name other greater than myself, or give anything greater than who I am. Therefore, I will give I am. And he came to this earth to give the only one that was more powerful enough, jurisdiction-wise enough, strong enough, and had the right to bear the sin and to say it's been nullified himself. That's why it's so wonderful to have that blood and that redemption in his name. There's nothing to fear. I know that there's a lot of stuff to fear here on earth, of course, and there's trials and tribulations here. But when it comes to the things hereafter, there's nothing to fear, because he is the God of all, and there's none even close to as great as him. So when one is washed by the blood of Jesus, there's a protection there that is just incredible, because there's nothing that can beat it. I will keep you in my hand, and no principality, no power, no anything can separate me from the love of Christ. And that's in Romans, I believe. So that's why it's so amazing, and that's why he's the only God, and I'm glad he is. That's so wonderful. There's not some like balance act, and there's not some like back and forth between good and evil. There is him and his love, and the sinful world that turned away from him. But his love is made absolute in the sacrifice he made for us, so that it can redeem the world that fell away. That's why he is such an amazing God of love, is because he is the Almighty. There's no one else that stands against him, and yet he's like, you who turned against me and spit against me and did terrible things, and even when I came to save you on the earth, crucified me, my own people, this people right here we're reading about, their descendants, this people chosen by God, this one right here, the people who he led through the terror of the cities and all that, would literally right here we're reading, crucified him and said, this is not our God, we're not accepting him. And yet, I will still die for all of these, because I love them. It's just so amazing. I know I'm like, oh my goodness, the Bible, yay. I know it sometimes sounds like that, guys, but it really is incredible. It is. And the more, I think, honestly, the deeper you get into life, at least for me, the deeper I get into life, the more I appreciate it, because there's so many things out there that's so complicated, and there's so much like guilt and tragedy and like self-deprecation and things that like cause us to sin and fall, and selfishness, that it's like, hey, Jesus took care of that, and he's going to protect you through this crazy life. And that just makes me very happy. It's like, hey, that's why I don't have anxiety. I mean, I have anxiety to some degree. Sure, everyone does. But that's why I'm not stewing in a pot of my own anxiety. I'd be much worse off without the Lord. I can promise you that. I've thought about it a few times. Devotional, why he chooses people in particular? His mercy and love. There is no reason. And originally, I did it wrong. I thought Abraham kind of obeyed him and kind of worshipped him. In the beginning, God's like, oh, this man, he worshipped me. No, Abraham was a heathen just like many others. No one in that land really knew. The only reason he chose him is because of his mercy and love, saying, I choose you to inherit my love. And it's kind of like a parallel for Christ's blood to us. That's what Israel is. That's all Israel. Israel's entire, spoilers, this entire journey we're going over in Genesis through Israel and everything is just a lead up and parallel for our journey. So remember the two paths of law and the law and promise and all that? It all parallels. It's history and it's parallel. But it's to show that you do not save yourselves. It is not because of anything you did that I chose you or you were special. It is because of my love and mercy that I chose you, and I will stay with you. And that's a wonderful thing. That is a good thing. I know it's like, oh, well, then it's not on me. What am I supposed to do? No, that's good. Because if it was on us, if it was on me, I'd screw it up. And as we've seen with Israel, they'd screw it up. And we're not even in the nation yet, guys. And we've already seen how they've screwed it up. Oh man, this place looks dangerous. Sarah, you're gonna be my wife. No, the Lord will protect you. You don't have to lie. So you're gonna be my sister, and we're gonna pretend not to know each other. The Lord said He'd protect. What are you doing? Causes a whole nation almost dying. Why did you say it was your sister? I was scared. Why didn't you believe in the Lord? You dip. But that's what's so amazing. It's not on our sinful nature that salvation is based. It's on His love. That's why it can be all consistent and forever eternity, because He is consistent and proved Himself on this earth as Christ without sin so that He could take the sacrifice that we should have had. He was the only one who could do it. That's what makes it amazing. So, going back to the story back in the Old Testament, speaking of that nation, time for a re-established seal and the renaming. God appeared to Jacob again when he came to Paddan and blessed him. And God said to him, your name is Jacob. No longer shall you be called Jacob, but Israel shall be your name. Now remember, he already renamed him once with the whole wrestle situation. But this is more that was because Jacob was really in a tough strait about meeting his brother and was like, oh my gosh. He's like, okay, I'm going to go down there and reaffirm him and just do the renaming now. I'll do it officially later. So now is the official renaming. So he called his name Israel. And God said to him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall come from you, and kings shall come from your own body. David and the line, the land that I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I will give to you. I will give the land to your offspring after you. Then God went up from him in the place where he had spoken with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he had spoken to him, a pillar of stone. He poured out a drink offering and poured the oil on it. So Jacob named the place where God had spoken to him Bethel. Is that the same as Bethlehem? I think I remember reading. I have to know this parallel. Hold on, give me a second. I have to know. Oh, it's a place where Abraham pitched his tent too. Is it? Okay, it's not. I don't think it's Bethlehem, but it is the place where Abraham cast his tent a long time ago, if you remember that. So, same place. Important place for the Lord. So, reestablishment of the name. Devotional, why not Chinese, Europeans, Russians, Americans, etc.? It's the Lord's will. And remember, you have to remember, Israel is not a singular nation. It's a nation, but it's a called people for the Lord. Anyone in the Old Testament could come in to the Israelites and become with their nation. That could happen. There is a procedure for it back in the Old Testament. It's established in Exodus and stuff. We'll get there. So it wasn't just them, but it was a process. And it was God's chosen nation because He chose a spearhead for a nation to show His name and His wonders, as we'll see when we get to Egypt later on. To show His name 100% in a nation blessed by Him to show his glory, to show I am the Lord. All of the other nations will bow to me as well. This is my nation. See my love in them. Come to me as well. Others are called to worship the Lord too. Jonah went to Nineveh. Remember the famous story, if you know, to preach the name of the Lord, and he called them to repent. And they did. They did. Other nations can come to the Lord too. Israel's just that chosen one to have the lineage to Christ go through. Is that or is the writer writing themselves as chosen? I'll say this about that argument. It's like, well, why? Maybe they're just writing themselves as chosen. As someone who writes a little bit himself, don't ask. If they're writing themselves as the chosen, my God, they're doing a terrible job of it. I don't know if you've noticed, and we're going to see as we go, Israel freaking sucks, dude. If they're trying to do it to be like, I am the chosen. You know, like when you write like a Mary Sue, they're like good at everything, and they have like, oh, I had little doubts, but I've risen above, and you know, the crappy writing. If that's what they're doing, trying to make themselves the Gary Stew of the nations, they're doing a terrible job. Let me tell you how bad they get in the later books. Oh boy, you should read 2 Kings. We'll get there. I don't think they're doing it to make themselves look chosen and good, man. I think they're doing it because this is the history that they have. Because my God, they are not good throughout the whole thing. Remember how I said God's the hero of the Bible and of history, not the Israelites and stuff, even though they're like the nation you follow? There's a reason for that. Trust me, Israel is not the wonderful chosen nation that they were supposed to be. Let me tell you, we'll get there. Oh, God's on the mountain. And what do? Golden calf. Oh, my God. Oh, that is just... Oh, I can't wait to get there and rant on that. Oh, I can't wait to get to Exodus. Oh, my gosh. It's so stupid, but it's so true of all of us. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Trust me. I don't think they're writing it to better themselves as the chosen ones, because, my God, they fail as the chosen ones. That's the thing. Israel fails as the chosen ones ultimately. They can't save themselves under the law. They screw up terribly and kind of just fall away. Babylon takes them. They get exiled to all ends of the earth. They suck. That's why Jesus was sent. But the best part is that Israel is a parallel to the rest of the nations. That's why Jesus said, I am come not to, and we'll study this on Sunday actually, I've come not only to call my sheep, but others who will come into the flock as well. It's not just Israel who will be saved. It's any who are washed by Jesus' blood. Israel was the nation through which the lineage of Christ came through because of prophecies and predicting in order to set it up, in order to make the prophecies fulfilled and to show the parallels that will be needed. But it's not only Israel who will be saved. In fact, many of the ones who are saved first and foremost in the New Testament are not Israelites. The Samaritan woman, Mary, a lot of the ones who come to Jesus first are not Israel. In fact, Israel is the nation who rejected him when he came. So once again, if they're trying to write themselves as the good guys or as the look at our hero nation, my God, you guys suck at it. And the Bible's very well written, even from a literature perspective. Everyone knows that. And that's actually not debatable. I can't fight on that because I'm not good at literature, but everyone knows that part. So I don't think it's about them being written as chosen. I think it's about them being history and God's work through a fallen nation and a fallen world, ourselves included. So, and this is one of the first steps to that nation. And we're actually, I know we've saying nation, but we've really only had a family so far, right? Abraham's family, Jacob's family, we are getting close to the nation part and to one of the biggest stories in the Old Testament period, and one that is called back to all the time in the New Testament as well as a showing of God's deliverance and as a, once again, parallel for the ultimate deliverance that will be given. Though, depending on hiatus, we may get to that a little later than I thought. We'll see. But we are coming up to one of my favorite stories of history and one of my favorite followers of the Lord and a lot of the stuff he does. He's not perfect either, no, but I really love who we're going to see coming up. So getting excited for that. But yeah, I mean, there's our story so far. We've got a reestablishment of the promise. The Lord's ready to bless this nation. Just have to make sure the nation's going to follow him. And sometimes, just like us, sometimes, and sometimes not. But the Lord's mercy abounds, and that's what matters. That's why the blood of Christ is so important, because we can't save ourselves. Remember, under the law, under the promise isn't based on us. It's based on the work of the Lord. You're welcome, Devotional. Any questions? I'm more than happy to field. I didn't mean to make fun of your question. I hope that wasn't what it seemed like. It's just it just tickled me because, well, I just said tickled me. How old am I? It just made me laugh because you're right. Like, it seems like Israel would be the main characters, but dude, they are. They suck. Israel sucks, man. Israel freaking sucks, and this isn't anything against Israelites. Anyone who's out there is like a Jew or something like that. Look. If you read your own history, you freaking know. You know. The believers in Christ know. We all know. We're all been there. And that's the point. Israel, it's not just Israel, though. The more I say Israel sucks, my gosh, that's me. That's me. It's like, oh, man, who would see God in all his amazing presence and then immediately do this? Like, oh, I would. I've done that. That's the point. It shows, and we're Israel. We're Israel. That's the point. That's the parallel there. It's like God's chosen people. Yeah. Even they suck. That's you. That's us. It's like, that's us. That's us. That's why we need the blood too. That's the whole point. So it's a good parallel to see. Yeah, that's humanity. So it's a showing of a sample of people God chose to show his love through, and to ultimately what the law does, which is the whole Old Testament, really, like the law and like the proving of it, it shows we cannot fulfill it. It is the shackles of sin. It proves to us our unholiness, that we cannot reach him. That's why it points to the fulfiller of that law, to Jesus. Everything, I always say this, and it's true, everything points to Jesus. Everything. That's why, because he is the fulfiller of that. Devotional, I just don't think that God would choose a certain people. It's contrary to the rest of philosophy. I understand Devotional, but you have to remember, he didn't just choose a certain people. He chose the whole world. The Jews were the Israel were the way he showed his glory to the rest of the nations. Make no mistake, nations in the Old Testament came into God's worship. It wasn't just the Israelites who worshiped the Lord. Many came to him too. There were many worshipers of the Lord's like glory in the Old Testament. Israel was just the shining beacon that was supposed to show that, like believers are today. And anyone could come into that through a process into the servitude of the Lord. And nowadays, anyone can come into the blood of Christ. It is not against anyone. Anyone can come into the blood of Christ. It is shown through his people to others so that they can come into the family as well. Israel was supposed to be the shining beacon of it. They just didn't do the best job of it all the time. And that's why the prophets were sent. We're like, oh my God, I hear these prophecies. These nations are going to overthrow you. See? Now, how about you follow the Lord and show his mercy and grace so that the nations can come to worship? Why are you allying with these nations? Because they'll protect us. You have a God with you! He stopped the sun in the middle of the day to help you fight. Gosh, do you not remember Egypt? But, once again, that against Israel is against us too. The Lord saved you. His blood washed you. You were saved from your sin, and now that anxiety's been washed away. Why are you doing this? Because I want to, because it's fun. Stop. So it's a tug of war, and that's kind of the point. But the nation of Israel was to show God's glory as a beacon for him. And that's why like David, one of the greatest kings of history and everything, was supposed to show that too. And David did a good job for a good part of it. I love David. Then he had his sons. And he didn't do the best job about raising them. Cool. And then Solomon started off really good. And we'll get to it. the biggest thing to take away from it is it's not about the people. It's about the Lord. It's about his work through the people. He could have chosen any nation. He just chose this one to show his work through them. In order to show, I choose you by my mercy, not your works, and it will make you a great nation out of nothing. I chose the lowest to show my glory the greatest, so that many more would come to me, so that I may save them and they may worship me and I may fulfill them. So it's to show that, as with the New Testament about his blood. And sometimes it's real, and me, and me, and me, and self, don't exactly do that the best. So yeah. Anyway, that's our devotional for today. Thank you so much for diving in with me. This was really fun. I'm glad I did this. I apologize for missing yesterday. I don't know if in the future we're going to do Tuesdays or Wednesdays, just because Wednesday separates from Sunday more, so there'll be more of a break between the streams. We're not doing it on Fridays, so, you know, it makes more of a break. But soon we won't do Wednesday middle of the week streams anyway, because we're going to do on hideous, so it doesn't matter as much. Yeah. Anyway, but thank you so much for joining. May God bless you. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a fantastic night, day, or whatever you're experiencing. I'm going to get off so I can go to bed soon because I got work. But may God bless you. Don't forget, he loves you. And the God of everything, the God of that wonderful nation, made you and loves you and died for you just as much as any other nation. That's what matters. So don't ever forget that. And I hope you have a wonderful night, day too. Oh, thank you, Devotional. Have a great week, rest of your week yourself. God bless. Bye.